Hello everyone, it's Claudia here. Thank you so much for joining me. So for today's layout, I am using the Citrus Twist February kits, which means I'm using the main kit, the embellishment kit, and the pattern paper play kit, which after all these months, I'm still not sure if that is what it's called, but it's just basically a few extra pattern papers that you can get with your kit that aren't the papers that are in the main kit, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, as you can see, I am sticking down some hexagon shapes. I think these are hexagons. I'm terrible with shapes. If they're anything other than triangles, hearts, and stars and circles, and I'm not really sure what they are, but I think these are hexagons. And at the start of the video, I showed you what I used for the tracing, and I used one of the cork shapes from the Hazelwood collection by One Canoe 2, which, uh, they have a set of cork shapes with the collection, and that set came in the main kit. And I love them, and I think the basic shapes like that are just simple for tracing, especially since I don't have silhouette or die cutting machine or whatever. So whenever I want to get a similar look, I just pull out, a random shape and I just use it for tracing. Um, and some shapes you can just kind of draw, just manually, without using an element for tracing. But honestly, I've tried drawing this shape just, you know, free-handed, I guess is what it's called, and yeah, it didn't look good. Honestly, I'm not good at drawing at all. Um, the only thing I was good at drawing back in the day was horses, because I remember back in school when I was bored, I would always just draw horses, and I was somewhat decent at drawing horses, but anything else, not so much. But yeah, that's not even close to being relevant for this layout, so I do apologize. But what I've been doing is I've just kind of been working on um, my layering, and I'm using the same papers for my layering as I've used for the hexagons, just because obviously that matches quite well. And at this point, I pull out this sheet of pattern paper from the Maggie Holmes Catching Dreams collection, and I'm kind of deciding which side I want to use. And I end up using the other side because I wanted a pop of color. And honestly, to be completely honest with all of you, I kind of regret making that decision because if I look at the layout now, I think it looked better um, just being on white cardstock and not being mounted on any sort of pattern paper. But at the time, I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I just stuck it down with glue, I think, even. And, obviously, if you stick it down with glue, especially my glue, it's super cheap, but it's a really good glue that sticks quite well, and yeah, it's nearly impossible to get it out. So at this point, I turn over the paper and I'm like, yeah, this looks amazing. And I don't really mind how it looks. It's not like I feel like my layout is completely ruined or anything. I just feel like it would have been better if I hadn't made this decision right here. But sometimes we make decisions while we make layouts, and sometimes we can um, fix them and undo them, I guess. But if you stick something down with glue that's really sticky, then to me anyway, I didn't want to take the risk of ripping anything, so I just figured I would just leave it as it is. And in the end, I think the layout turned out okay. I just wish I would have used a different paper to mount it on, but that's okay. So I'm just sticking it down right now. I'm not using a whole lot of glue, but you don't need to use that much glue. I remember doing this with double-sided tape back in the day, and I honestly I'm really bad at sticking things down straight, which is why I prefer using glue nowadays, just because you can move it around a little bit before permanently committing. And with some double-sided tape, I guess you can do that as well, but yeah, I never managed to do it properly. So my title is just going to be Happy Heart, and I'm using these gorgeous chipboard figures from the Maggie Holmes Catching Dreams collection, and these came in the main kit. And the heart you can kind of use in two ways because you can punch out those letters, and I wanted to punch out the letters, but when I tried to punch them out, um, it wasn't really working properly, and I thought maybe it was going to give me a bit of a hard time. So I figured, you know what, I'll just do that off camera because I don't know how this is going to turn out. So that's why I'm just leaving it like that on the screen right now. But in the close-ups coming up shortly, you'll be able to see the final results. And right now I'm just adding a few bits and pieces to finish off the layout. I love these vintage buttons from the embellishment kit. Yeah, they're really pretty and just a really nice way to add dimension and color. And I chose the yellow floral because I wanted to add a little bit of yellow to the layout because there wasn't that much yellow on it at first, and there's a bit of yellow in the background paper as well, so I wanted to make sure there was, you know, some yellow on the actual layout too. And I love the sticker sheet. I love Maggie Holmes, you know, like any collection she's done. To me, she's someone I really admire in terms of collections. I think her collections are stunning, even though, um, you know, they're pretty much similar, which in a way means you can use them together and stuff. But I love them. I think they're really pretty. But yeah, that's basically it. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out these Citrus Twist kits if you haven't done so already. And I'll be back with more videos soon. Have a great day. Bye.